Hey, this is Luke with the Android Guys Review Podcast. Here always with Scott.
Howdy, Luke.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
You have a game to talk about today.
I do.
What do you got?
This one is called Downhill Smash. And this is a game that I pre-registered for.
Oh.
I saw this pop up in an email from the developers, which are Zeptolab.
Okay.
These are the guys behind Cut the Rope.
Yeah.
Omnom, and the little green guy.
Yep.
So they had reached out, their PR team or somebody had mentioned that the game was coming out and that you could pre-register for it. So I did, and about a week ago, I got a notification that it was available.
Nice.
And that's what I'm doing. I've been reviewing this game called Downhill Smash.
Sweet.
It's a pretty fun game. I like the game quite a bit. This premise is pretty simple. You are immediately thrown into this kind of little boulder-like, I don't call it a vehicle, but it's like this little wheel thing that you're going down a hill, and you basically hold your finger to the screen to accelerate. And at the same time, it also is in charge of how you shoot at like enemies on the screen. And you basically want to just mow through these zombies and the things that they're building.
Do you have to like aim at them, or is it just automatic fires at them?
Automatic.
Okay. So
it just basically shoots straight ahead.
Gotcha.
And it also, as you level up the vehicle, you'll see that you can kind of increase how these spikes come out of the wheel of the boulder.
Okay.
So when you actually run into things, you're destroying them.
All right.
So you basically, you know, even in the first few times you'll play, it'll say don't let go of the screen or whatever. So that's not necessarily true from what I found, but early on you want to kind of get in the habit of.
Gotcha. For the most part, you do, but there are some instances where you might want to stop.
Right. And that it would
or
be
slow down, I guess.
That if you also want to kind of jump, you can make the vehicle hop.
Okay.
This whole premise of this is you're, at least on the first level, you're trying to outrun an avalanche.
Oh.
And you want to just go, you're doing like these hills, ups and, down on, you've got some bridges and different kind of like obstacles that are being built. They're like little, they almost look like Angry Birds, like what the pigs would build.
Oh, yeah. Little stick buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Excuse me. So you are in charge of basically just driving from one end to the other, and you need to get there to the finish line.
Gotcha.
But you also want to outrun the avalanche. As you go through it, the first couple of times you'll realize, wow, this, it's pretty difficult to stay ahead of this. I also run out of gas because I'm, holding down so long.
Oh, so there's like a gas meter too. Interesting.
There's a gas meter. There's about 5 or 6 different components that you'll find as you start to play.
Oh, to your machine. Okay.
And let's say, for instance, you play for a moment and you get, an eighth of the way through. You'll accumulate coins each time. Based off of distance, and then you'll also be able to kind of like go through the coins, kind of like collect them, and then you can use those coins to kind of improve your boulder or your vehicle. So you can do things like level up the engine, level up the mass, the weight of it. You can level up the different weapons. So when you hold down, it just kind of got like this machine gun spray, but then when you take your finger off, it'll shoot like a rocket, like a missile kind of thing.
Oh, so there's like a secondary weapon. Okay.
And you'll use that as you'll encounter at the end, like there are throughout the level, there are like markers where there are like these giant ogre kind of monster things. And you can't just shoot him quickly. You'll have to kind of like, for me, I roll up to him and then I'll just kind of like let go and shoot the missile at him and you let it explode. And you can't damage yourself. So, all at the same time trying to outrun the stuff from the left side of the screen.
Right.
So as you play the game, you'll find that, leveling up, you do feel the difference. So as you make the thing heavier, it feels heavier. when you increase the...
So you're not jumping as high or not hitting ramps as hard or something.
And you can also level up like how high you jump or the time it takes between jumping, I should say.
Okay.
So it kind of recharges the ability to get a full jump. So there are different mechanics in there, and I do like that. It is the kind of game that you can sit down and, crash right away and start over and crash right away. Or you could start to figure out, let's see what happens if I feel like I'm getting close to the end. Why don't I just try leveling up the engine? So I could get that to
get there a little faster.
Or I'm making it and I don't have any problem with the progress. I seem to be blowing through all my obstacles and everything. I'm just running out of fuel. So you can level that up. And it's pretty cool. Like after each level, when you're caught by the avalanche, you have the ability immediately to collect those coins, or for double the amount of coins, you can watch an ad.
Oh, okay.
So you don't really have any ads that I've seen so far that you're forced to watch. You will see one that if you want to double up your rewards. And you can also do that. Let's say, for instance, you get caught by the avalanche. You have the option to quickly, if you react, you can watch an ad and then kind of resume where you left off.
Oh, okay.
And then there are some other things that you can collect throughout the game based off of distance and as in-game accomplishments, like so many jumps or collect so many coins. And you collect these little purple gems, and you can redeem those for different things. So
gotcha.
Those can also be redeemed for, a continue. So it's nothing revolutionary, but it's in a way that I like it.
Yeah.
It can get pretty heavy with the ads if you let it. I kind of have like a soft rule of if I die right away, I don't care. I'm not going to sit through an ad. But if I get more than halfway through that and I've collected quite a few coins, it's worth, 15 to 30 second of my time to double that.
Sure.
And so far I've gotten through, I think, 3 of the levels. And each one's unique. One is like a snowscape with like a very primitive kind of drawings with these little zombies. And it feels like you're looking at it from a pretty far distance. So the camera never really does anything where it zooms in or whatever. There are some little animations that if you get like a nice combo of like smashing a building or getting some cool, air trick or something, that type of stuff. But yeah, it's a fun game. I ended up scoring this thing pretty high. Not quite an editor's choice, but just short of it. I got it at a 3.9.
Nice.
So high marks for features and graphics.
Yeah. And
really high for replay value. I find myself wanting to play. I gave it a 3.5 on ads and notifications, just because you can end up watching a lot of ads.
Yeah.
So it's okay, but it's not great. You can unlock for $10. You can unlock so that you don't have to watch any ads.
Sure.
And all of your rewards will be doubled.
Oh,
so
nice.
You'll get that benefit, and it's not just removing ads.
That's becoming more and more popular, I'm seeing, in kind of those free-to-play games.
Yeah.
They're saying, give us a little bit of money, and we'll give you all the benefits of watching ads without having to watch them.
Yeah. Instead of doing like $3 to just get rid of ads. Throw us 10, and you'll get extra incentives every time. So yeah, it's a fun game. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes. The first level was snow. Second level was I'm trying to think. It was I know one of the levels was like spooky kind of graveyard, Halloween looking. Another one is like I don't call it like a forest, but kind of like woods kind of thing. And I'm on the fourth one now, which is kind of like that, but more of like a pink color palette.
Okay, so everything's a little varied, yeah.
And you can go back and try to play a level again
after you've leveled up and maybe get better scores.
Yeah, and you really notice going back with a much more improved vehicle that you kind of really go through that level much quicker.
Interesting.
using like a level 3, but the actual levels are like up to, I believe, 100.
Oh, wow.
So some of the things that I have are in their 40s now.
Sure.
But yeah, it's pretty cool when you make the changes to it. You feel the changes to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sound is a little repetitive. The sound effects are cool.
Yeah.
But the music is just a little repetitive. But
yeah,
nothing that bothers me.
Cool.
Yeah, it's Downhill Smash from Zeptolab.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Scott.
You got it.